So I'm having two dilemmas. I'm trying to get my camera to be straight, but it just wants to be falling and sideways and all of that. And my second dilemma, bit of TMI, but you know when the metal thing of your bra sticks out and like digs into your heart to try to kill you? Well, basically I'm experiencing that right now, so I'm just trying to get the last wear out of it in this video, and then yeah, it's a bit dangerous. But we will see. Anyways, guys, hi, how you doing? So basically today what had happened was, back in February I was doing the minimalist challenge, and I did film bits and bobs. I was gonna make it like into a whole video, but I was like, nah, like I can't be bothered. And the process was long. I made it up to day 20, or was it 21? Yeah, either day 20 or 21, and then I had no more crap to throw away, in my opinion. Obviously if it was like my dad or my mum or my sister, they'd brought a whole load of stuff. It's not their things, it's mine, okay? But decluttering was like amazing for me. Like it felt so good, and it was just nice to get a few things out, you know, get it out of the way. I feel like my room is clear and my mind is more clear. I feel like everyone should try the minimalist challenge. Like you don't need to film it, like it's not that deep, but just 1 month where you can just declutter. If you don't know what the minimalist challenge is, it's where you basically get rid of the amount of stuff depending on what day it is. So if it's the 4th of February, you get rid of 4 things. If it's the 6th of February, you get rid of 6 things. If it's the 28th of February, you get rid of 28 things. So yeah, I didn't make it to 28. That's a lot of things, especially after all the other days you've done. Like, that's crazy. And so, you know, going through some of my stuff and decluttering, you kind of find things that you didn't know was there, or you've forgotten about, and just parts of you from the past. And I just thought to share some of them with you. And you're also getting to know me a little bit better. Things I was into, yeah, things I'm still into. So yes. The first things I want to show you, I don't know if you're not from the UK, I don't know if you'll know them. I don't know if they went worldwide. I don't know if they made it far. I think they did bits and bobs in America, but I'm not sure. I can't lie to you. But they started off in the UK, so that's why. So I was a big fan. Do you know, like when you're a big fan of something when you're younger, like whether it's Hannah Montana or whatnot? I was a big fan of JLS. And I don't know if anyone remembers JLS. My heart won't beat again, it's killing me. Like, they were my everything. Basically, they were an X Factor. Jack the Lads. That's what JLS stands for. So we have Jonathan, Marvin, Arisha, and Aston. Aston was my favourite because if you can see, they all have colours behind them. And because blue was my favourite colour, I naturally drew towards Aston, although he tended to be everyone's favourite. Everyone liked Aston and Marvin mainly, and then the other two kind of got left out. Although Arisha was the guy who put the team together. So yes, so I have this book. And who said I didn't read? I read! Clearly I read! I completely forgot about these. But these are the only things I read. But I did read, should I say. I'm on to big and better things. And also this. I used to have the JLS dolls. I used to have a JLS t-shirt, a JLS hoodie, a JLS mug, which I still have downstairs. I remember I made a huge collage of cutting them out of magazines and sticking them together, and just making the huge collage of JLS. That was something that I threw away. But yeah, I proper used to love them. I think I only saw them once. I can't remember what it was called, but I went to go see him, and they was singing Rihanna's song, "It's raining, raining, oh baby it's raining." And it was raining because it was an outside concert. It was actually raining, and I just felt like I fell in love that day. Like, I fell in love with them that day when I saw them in real life. So yeah, that's something about me. I used to love JLS. So yeah, I don't really know what they're doing now. Apparently Jonathan, he's a farmer. That's all I know. He's a farmer. Marvin is on, is it Capital or Kiss? Yeah, he's on a radio station in the evening time. It's either Capital or Kiss. I think it's, I don't know. I actually can't even tell you. And he's also married to Rochelle. I can't remember her last name. I'm guessing it's Humes now. But she's married to Marvin, and she used to be from a girl band called the Saturdays. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Arishe, he has had some issues with the law, but I'm not quite sure why. I think it was to do with rape, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. So yeah. And Aston, I saw him being a judge on a show called Got to Dance. I don't know if that show still runs. I don't know if he's still a judge somewhere. I don't know. They kind of all just went off and did their own things once they broke up. I don't know why they broke up. I do not know, but it is what it is. So yeah, they had their peak moment and it was cool. I don't really care for them now, obviously, but they were still in my cupboards and stuff, so I just thought I'd share it with you before I get rid of them. But no, good times, JLS. We had our good times, so yeah, peace be the journey. That's from Cool Runnings, if anybody knows that. Classic. If you haven't watched Cool Runnings, but let me not go there. So another thing I wanted to show you is a man who I still love today. Will Smith. I love Will Smith. I love him. I try to watch every film he's in or any show he's ever been in. Obviously, I fell in love with him from in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. I spent most of my days. Like, I love Will Smith. So I got a few of his DVDs. So I Am Legend, you know. What would I say my favourite part is in I Am Legend? Probably, I don't know if you've seen it, but do you know when they set up a trap for him and he bangs his head on the floor and he kind of knocks out, and then the monsters are waiting for the light to go because they can only come out in the dark time, and they're like ready to go for him, and Will has to find out how to untie himself and get himself back in his car and whatnot before they come get him. That was a very intense part of the film, I'm not gonna lie to you. Classic. I, Robot. The best part is when he looks like he's going to shoot Will, but then he winks, like the robot winks at Will, and it's like, robots are so smart, but I don't think we should build them on Earth or make them because they're going to kill us. So yeah. And we also have Hancock. I bought these ages ago, by the way. I think I was trying to start a collection and it stopped at 3. But with Netflix and everything, you just don't really need these things anymore. But Hancock is a really great film. I like it when he becomes the hero and everyone kind of looks up to Hancock. I think it's really cute because no one's really ever cared about him. They only saw him like as a monster and wanted to lock him away, but you can't physically lock him away. He's just way too strong, way too powerful. So yeah. I love these films along with almost everything else Will Smith is in. Yeah. And who doesn't love Bad Boys? I know I'm digressing, but you know, I could sit here all day and think of all the amazing stuff that Will Smith is in and just be like, oh my gosh. And even amazing now that he has his own YouTube channel, so I get to see him all the time. It's just amazing. I also wanted to show you a book from Grace Nichols. Grace is my middle name. That's why this book was actually given to me. It was one of the reasons it was given to me because my middle name is Grace. And it's called Give Yourself a Hug. I don't know if anyone knows what ACAP is. I know AC stands for African Caribbean, but I can't remember what the AP stands for. So if I remember or if I can find it on Google what ACAP stands for, I will find out. But we used to do this in primary school. ACAP was like a separate class that happened in primary school and in high schools. I don't know if it happens today, but this was specific for primary school for me because I didn't go to my high school one. But it's mainly for, well, it is for black people. But saying that, my teacher was white, and he was just such an amazing person. Like, I have never known a white person to love black people so much. Like, he loved black people, and he was obsessed with me, my sister, my family, because we're all Dominicans. He just loved everything about us. When my grandparents used to come over here to visit from Dominica, he got them into our school and did a whole lesson about us and our family and our roots, and it was crazy. And so yeah, he gave me and my sister a book. He gave my sister a different book, and he gave me this one for me. So I just want to, you know, say, Chris Carpenter, you are the guy. Like, I have no idea what Chris is doing with his life or whatnot, but he was just such an amazing human being, and I am so appreciative of everything he taught me about my roots, and just made me, like, Dominicans love being Dominican regardless, but he kind of instilled that in me and my sister from very young, and so we've always loved who we are and our culture, and he was just someone that really brought it out in us. And no, it was just amazing. I want to read one poem, because it's a poem book, so I want to read at least one to you guys. Who doesn't love poetry? We have 3, actually. I'm going to read 3 of them, because we have strawberry, blackberry and raspberry. So these poems are about berries. So strawberry, which is my favourite. You wear your heart on the edges of your green sleeves, hanging small and red, close to the fields. Strawberry, studded with tiny seeds of love. Blackberry, I don't like blackberries. I don't like any berries except strawberries, just saying. So blackberry, velvet pouch of sweetness, this is true. We have to prick hands to get you. Ooh. Not me, because I ain't ever trying to get no blackberries. Raspberry, the last one. It's the rasp in your berry that makes us tick. Ooh. It's the tang in the flavour that gives us a kick. But raspberry, why does one of your tiny pulps all aglow? Remind me so of a full-blooded mosquito. Ew. So yeah, this is this book. Really lovely, really lovely. I'm not gonna lie to you. Poetry is beautiful because you can do anything with poetry and no one can tell you no. So I love it. It can be expressed in any way. It don't have to rhyme. It can just be whatever it is. So yeah. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed going through some of my stuff with me. So yeah, what are some of the things that you liked when you was younger, that you just completely forgot about, or just something that you have or you like that you'd be interesting to share? I'm open to anything. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Peace.